What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to our weekly podcast. I'm Josh. That's Jacob. Andrew is currently on the other side of the world in
Mm.
Oregon. Kind of feels far away, though,
World.
being on the West Coast. The Pacific Northwest feels far away. But, Jacob, we have a very royal episode.
Oh,
For the listeners out there, as you can see, I'm rocking the baby blue KC tonight because literally got back from Kansas City like an hour ago. And we were at the Royals game last night for July 4th. So I'm rocking the Royals. Um, I like the hat, I like the color. The team, on the other hand, not good. Got to see with my own two eyes. They are not good at all. So that's my report coming out of Kansas City. Royals bad. Columbia, on the other hand, good.
Colombia. Very
Shout out
good.
Columbia. Shout out Columbia.
Brazil, bad.
Brazil
Colombia,
bad.
good.
Colombia best South American team.
Ooh, ooh, hot take.
They didn't go to extra time with Cape Verde.
It's true.
Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
It's very true. You went to a World Cup game and a baseball game in back-to-back days.
Yeah, I think that was a peak sports fan experience right there. Um, doesn't get better than that. But yeah, it was really cool. The game, in terms of the soccer game, wasn't, I would say, the most exciting game, but the fans were crazy. The experience, the atmosphere was crazy. So that was definitely once in a lifetime for sure.
Were you did you eat at either of the venues
Um, I
or
did I
drink?
did um so here, we'll play a game.
Ooh,
Guess the price of beer. And I'm gonna go craft beer. So a can of craft beer at the World Cup game.
I'm gonna say it was higher than the Royals game,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna say it was $15.
A can of craft beer at the World Cup game is going to set you back 22 USD.
Holy.
So I did not have a beer at the World Cup game. It was also like 90 plus degrees and humid. So a lot of water was consumed. And then at the Royals game, I actually got a hard seltzer from a brewery that we went to earlier that day. So that was good. Got a Bobby Witt. I should have brought it. It's downstairs. We got a 4th of July Bobby Witt bobblehead,
Hmm.
and he's in like a American flag cutoff holding a hot dog.
Okay.
It's probably the best bobblehead I've ever seen.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the
So
highlight.
worth it. Worth it. Absolutely, it
Worth it.
sounds like.
Worth it. We,
Yeah, you saw the Royals lose. You saw back-to-back homers from the Phillies.
dude, from the most random Phillies, it's probably
Yeah.
two of the worst Phillies.
Mhm.
And then Bohm hit one too, and he's been terrible as well. Yeah, I don't know. We might talk about a Royal later today.
We might talk about a few.
True.
We probably won't talk about too many though, because we're talking All-Stars, but we're talking All-Star snubs. But there weren't even that many Royals to be considered for All-Stars or All-Star snubs, really. So,
True. Wait, I also forgot because it was at the beginning of the trip, but we went to a minor league game in Davenport, Iowa. The Quad City River Bandits played, which is
okay.
a Kansas City Royal High A affiliate. Um, the team again didn't look very good. So maybe
Okay.
things are dark in the Royals' entire franchise. But the stadium right on the river had a Ferris wheel. So I rode a Ferris wheel in the middle of a baseball game.
In the middle of a baseball game. Do you have a
Yep.
picture?
I do. Let me get it pulled up here. I'm gonna send it along. It'll just take me a second. Um, do I have
Well,
proof
fun
of?
fact for you, today's July 5th. It is a very important birthday in the
Ooh,
baseball world. Can you guess whose birthday it is today?
July 5th in the baseball. Is it Robert Manfred?
No. One day after America turned 250, the man,
Oh.
the myth, the legend, Shohei Ohtani turned 32.
Oh, baby.
32 years for Shohei Ohtani on this planet, and he's been hitting home runs for probably about 31 of them. And he'll definitely be talked about. No, he won't be talked about today. He's not an all-star snub, nor will he ever be. So we don't really need to talk
That's
about him
true.
at all, but we had to get his name in there for the algorithm. And hey, Shohei Ohtani, Shohei Ohtani, July 5th is his birthday. Did you know that? Bet you didn't know that. So
I didn't know that. I didn't have that in my book.
he's been hurt, but he's coming back to the lineup today on his birthday as of
There
recording
you
this
go.
Sunday, July 5th. So there you go.
Here's the proof here. Can you see
Okay.
that?
Look at that.
Yeah, so
In
we're
the
on top
middle
of,
of a baseball game.
yep, there you go.
Did
Funny
anything
enough,
happen when you were in the air?
not exactly while we were in the air, a couple hits, I want to say. But while we were waiting in line, somebody first pitch of the game, home run.
Oh,
And
really?
it went right over my I went back to catch it because I thought I was gonna have a play on it. It carried over my head and bounced, hit the bottom part of where the Ferris wheel starts to go, and then dropped below the Ferris wheel so nobody could get it.
Ha!
But
Dang.
it was about 10 feet away from being mine.
Dang.
I jumped and it was over my head. So, but yeah, that was a pretty cool experience.
How about that? So single A, any prospect we should be looking out for? Or are they
We got to see one of the Twins' top prospects who's a pitcher, and his name is Dason Hill. He's 20. He's a big, tall lefty. He kind of stunk it up and then got hurt.
Oh,
So,
nice.
so he got pulled in, I believe, the second or third inning.
Huge.
They also have Eduardo Tate, who's a catching
Yep.
prospect for them,
Hmm.
third overall. He's having a tough season and also I think was 0 for 4, 0 for 5 that game.
Yikes.
So not great showings from the two of the top five prospects in the Twins organization.
Okay. Well, will they become all-stars someday? It'll be a while from now. But hey, we're here to talk some all-stars today. I did not go to any games while you were at the World Cup game, really at the Major League game, the minor league game, but I did manage to catch a lot of both soccer and baseball on the TV. Yes, I was watching the game you were at. Yes, I saw the Phillies hit back-to-back home runs. So, what can you do? What can you do? You got a sweet hat. I like that baby
Yeah,
blue. A good light blue color.
for sure. I'm a sucker for baby blue. It's
Hmm.
an S tier color. If you know, you know.
Hmm. So, all right. Well, why don't we hop on over and talk a little bit of All-Star snub? But if we're being transparent with the audience here, England, Mexico is starting in about 5 minutes. So we're gonna keep
Mhm.
this one nice, sweet, and short here because it's World Cup, baby. And not
Yeah,
only is it World Cup, but it's Mexico at home. By the end of this podcast, we won't know the winner because the game will still be going on. But by the time the podcast is uploaded, obviously we'll know. We'll also know the result of the USA game happening after. So
true.
that's enough soccer. Let's hop onto baseball. But it's cool that you got to experience all that in the week. Baseball, all-star lineups have been announced, but we're not going to focus too much on the all-star lineups and rather focus on the all-star snubs. And why are we going to focus on that? Well, it just came to me that there's been a couple of players voted in. Hey, I mean, this doesn't just come to me. There's been a couple of players voted in, and it's like, okay, how did this player become an all-star? But Bryce Terang, not an all-star.
Yeah,
And I think that's where we got to start. We usually start with the AL, so let's be homerish this week and start with the NL.
yeah,
And we could usually start going position by position, but let's just start with our boy hometown second baseman Bryce Terang. I mean, he's been with the Brewers since the minor leagues, since I want to say Appleton,
Yeah.
since the Timber Rattlers. So he's born and raised Brewers, and I've said since last year that he's going to be an all-star, and I thought that this was the year, and he's not. So we got to start there. And if I'm just gonna go to MLB hitting and search by second baseman, sort it by second baseman, Bryce Terang, if we go by OPS, is sitting on second place. Is he an all-star? He's not an all-star.
Nope.
Former Gold Glove too, but no, he instead was outdone by, where did my lineups go here?
Ozzy Albies.
Ozzy Albies.
Ozzy Albies is the starting
Ozzy
second
Albies,
baseman.
seventh place in OPS right now.
Interesting.
Hmm,
Hmm.
hmm,
Hmm. Interesting.
hmm.
Hmm.
You know who has actually the highest OPS amongst second basemen
Who
in the NL? You would never, ever think this player.
highest OPS second baseman in the NL? I'm gonna say Bryson Stott.
It is reserve all-star Luis Arias.
It is. I wasn't sure OPS wise if he was up there, but I guess the average is high enough, so
Average is high enough. He's only got 4 home runs, but how about that? Luis
that's
Arias,
crazy.
yes, is an all-star, but Ozzy Albies beats out, and I guess along with Luis Arias, beat out Bryce Terang for that second base spot. So I'm a little bit salty about it, but he will eventually be an all-star. Bryce Terang will be. He really
Yeah,
kind of the past month or so kind of ruined it for him. He's not like he's been terrible, but
right.
he was off to a much hotter start than over the past couple of weeks at least. OPS I feel like used to be in the 860, 870 range, now down to 820. But still, man, I feel like he should have been an all-star this season. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's just funny, right? It's a fan vote, like the players vote. I get it, right? It's not based solely on stats, but he is superior to both players in pretty much every offensive and defensive metric there is. And he's 14th among all position players in F4. 14th of all position players. That's insane. That is right there should tell you everything you need to know to not even make a 26 person roster when he's that high ranked in F4 is crazy. Um, I think the other players are not deserving. Like they're both good. Um, I would say Arise is probably even having a little bit better season than Albies even. I feel like the Braves really got voted in heavy this year. I guess they always kind of do. Fair enough, they've been playing pretty well this year. But yeah, I don't know. I would have I'd like to see Betraying at least as a reserve at the very worst.
Yeah, I agree, but all-star, like you said, it at the end of the day, it's kind of a fan vote sort of thing. And yeah, that's about where it's at the second base spot right now. At least
Will
Bryson
people
Stott
get
didn't make it
it's
over.
true. It's true. It's true. Will people get annoyed if we play the like small market card? Like, do we overplay that? Like, at what point is it like, oh, if Bryce Terang, when he's inevitably on the Dodgers in like 2 seasons, will he be an all-star then? Probably.
Like Yankee Bryce Terang, guaranteed
Yeah.
all-star.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk about a couple other stuff, but you look at at least the NL. It's Braves, Dodgers, Mets and Phillies are 8 of the 9 starting players. The only person not from a humongous market is CJ Abrams, which is just kind of funny. Kind of funny to think about.
Well, let's hop back to catcher, and now we can go position by position. But I felt like that was only the right place to start. And starting catcher, Drake Baldwin's been good. He kind of had a little bit of Bryce Terang to him over the past couple of weeks, and hasn't been hitting as well. But Drake Baldwin sitting there at starting catcher, and then Hunter Goodman and William Contreras coming in with the backup. I think Hunter Goodman could have been the starter.
Agreed.
But I think they kind of nailed the catching. I think catching's pretty much spot on. If you want to give a shout out, we could give a shout out to Liam Hicks, who's
Sure.
hitting 290 with an 829 OPS, 13 home runs. You could argue that he's having almost, if not better, season than William Contreras is.
True.
Liam Hicks is for Miami. Um, but Contreras has kind of got that name brand to him, so it's almost the reverse. Instead of him being a small market guy, he's been an all-star before, so
Right.
like I
For
said,
sure.
got that name brand almost vibe to him.
Right.
But other than that, I think catching's been pretty much spot on. So let's
Hmm.
hop on over to first base, Freddie Freeman. And this is an interesting one too, because when we were originally talking, voting in all-stars, Freddie made the list, but he wasn't number one. We all agreed with Matt Olson.
Hmm.
And I still feel like Olson's having that good of a season, but Freeman's batting 295. He's got 15 home runs. If I'm correct, that would be tied for the lead on the Brewers with Jake Bowers. Or does Bauer? No, Bowers hit one today, so Bowers is at 16 now. But out of qualified first baseman, Freeman has the second highest OPS, only trails Bryce Harper. So I can absolutely see a case for Freddie making the starting.
Yeah.
Um,
I
and then Bryce Harper and Matt Olson are sitting on the reserve bench anyways. I do feel like Jake
right.
Bowers kind of got snubbed, but that's a tough position. First base in the
Yeah,
NL, that's a tough position to make an all-star roster.
for sure. Harper again, he's having a pretty solid season. Um, his power numbers are down a little bit. Oh, he's 20 home runs. I lied. But I was gonna say
No,
Freddie
his power numbers
Freeman.
have been pretty solid.
Yeah, yeah. Bryce Harper's having a great year. So yeah, it's a tough position, like you said. I mean, that's three again of the more popular first basemen in the league that you're going up against, and they're doing well. But Freddie Freeman has been hot over the last like month, and I feel like that plays a little bit of a role, right? Like we look at Terang, who's been a little bit colder through the month of June. Freeman's been the opposite, hitting 336 over his last 30 games. Um, Especially even when you look at somebody like compared to Matt Olson, 282. 282 is great. But Freddie Freeman's hitting 50 points higher than him over the entire month. Only one less home run. Same with Bryce, hitting 287. Again, that's great. He has six home runs. Olson has seven. Freeman's got six and hitting 50 points higher. So I think starting is fair. Um, but I'm excited to see those three get hopefully get some at bats. A couple each, couple innings each.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now,
Home run derby,
home run derby.
maybe,
We'll see. Bryce Harper should do it, man.
right?
Um, Third base. Let's skip shortstop. Let's go to third base because that's how baseball does it. And if we look at solely home runs here, Manny Machado's sitting up at the top. Hey, that's a name that sounds like an all-star, right? Mm,
Wrong.
he's still only hitting 187.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
OPS is still below 700. So home runs don't necessarily cut it. Third base, I'm pretty sure, again, when we were locking in our picks, we had agreed upon Max Muncy being put on there. And sure enough, starting at third base is Max Muncy. And then on the bench for third base, it looks like no one.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of interesting, right? Like,
It looks like there's no other third baseman, at least qualified as third baseman on the reserves bench. Because the
yeah,
rest are shortstops and outfielders.
I'm curious if like what like maybe throw Otto Lopez over there for a little bit. I don't know. We've never really seen a player play a full All-Star game. Um, because there normally is some backup situation going on. So yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. It's kind of weird.
I mean, I am seeing now, I've just seen it. Sal Stewart is on the reserves, another first baseman,
Yeah.
but
Give him some reps at
no,
third.
yeah, sure, but no backup third baseman. So hey, I don't know. Throw
Four,
Hunter Goodman in there, I guess.
four, yeah,
Throw,
four first baseman. It's
yeah,
kind of
right.
random.
But third base, I think they kind of nailed it. If you were to throw a backup in there, maybe I don't even know who it would be. I think Max Muncy is the clear favorite. Max
I was gonna
Muncy,
say,
OPS of 864, next qualified hitter. Kyle Karros.
Homer today.
Kyle Karros of the Colorado Rockies at 786. So that's an 80-point difference there from Max Muncy.
It's a big difference.
Nick Gonzalez maybe would have been my second pick with an average of 312 batting average, of course, above 300 nowadays. Very hard to do. And Nick Gonzalez is
True.
doing it out there in Pittsburgh. Has been a solid staple of that team. He's like just low key hitting 312 right now. Whereas I
Crazy.
feel like the focus of the Pirates has been Skeens and Griffin, all the young pitching and all the
Right.
trades they made. Brian Reynolds and or not Brian Reynolds trade specifically, but Brandon Law and trades and Nick Gonzalez. He's doing it out there. But other than that, I mean Matt Chapman is in 235, 692 OPS.
I was gonna say
Bo
nobody
Bichette's
else
turned it
deserves
around a
it.
bit, but that OPS is still below 700. So,
Yeah. I kind of like that there is no position base. It's just infield, outfield
mhm.
because, for example, like their base, Max Muncy deserves it. Nobody else deserves
Yeah,
it. So put four first basemen on the roster because they deserve it more.
yeah. All right, and then if we hop over to shortstop, how do we feel about shortstop? Because I
Yeah.
think Otto Lopez and CJ Abrams again kind of nailed it. Ellie
Right.
kind of got that name brand to him, but not
Right.
playing necessarily as well as the other two. CJ Abrams has five more home runs than him, and then Otto Lopez has the best average in baseball right now.
I was gonna say, I feel like CJ Abrams is potentially one of the more underrated players in all of baseball. Just quietly playing a good shortstop and hitting 270 with 18 home runs is crazy.
Yeah,
Um, So yeah, I feel like he doesn't get talked about. He's on the Nationals, so I guess fair enough that he doesn't get talked about. I believe, oh no, James Wood is on the bench. So they got two representatives, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I feel like they got this one right as well. Otto Lopez is more the contact guy hitting for average. Still got nine homers, but nothing compared to CJ. And you got to include the guy who is, I believe, leading in average,
right.
leading majors.
Yeah,
So
I believe so.
that would be
346.
that
Yeah.
would be wrong to not include him.
All right. Well, last but not least, the three outfielder spots in the DH. DH, Shohei Ohtani, obviously. Kyle
Yep.
Schwarber, the reserve, obviously. Do we even really need
Yep.
to talk DH? Not really.
Nope.
Outfielder, I think we give him a lot of, I guess, shtick, you could say, on the podcast. And he's kind of had a goofy season defensively, but still measures very high in the ranks. He's number two in MVP odds right now for the NL. Pete Crow Armstrong.
Crazy.
He's sitting on the reserve bench.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Juan Soto, of course, absolutely throw Juan Soto on the starting
Hmm.
roster.
Hmm.
Brandon Marsh, I think he totally deserves to be a an all-star with the season that he's having. Brandon Marsh, did you have him slotted for 15 home runs and a 309 batting average?
Nope. But I
But
did watch him go.
Andy Paz got a little bit of the LA help there because
Yeah.
he is putting up a solid season and maybe you could even say an all-star quality season. But I would say James Wood, Jordan Walker,
Hmm.
Brian Reynolds. You could throw Corbin Carroll in there. You could even throw Michael Harris in there.
Right.
All having better seasons. You could even throw Garrett Mitchell in there, especially as of
Absolutely.
recently.
Yeah.
All having comparable seasons to Andy Paz. So the first two written in stone, Juan Soto, Brandon Marsh, absolutely. I would probably throw PCA in there,
Yeah. I would probably
in the starters at least.
I would say I'd probably swap. I mean, you could even swap Marsh out. He's been good though. Hitting 309. I watched him go 0 for 5 last night, so
Mm,
that left a bad taste in my mouth potentially. But yeah, James Wood, Jordan Walker, or PCA could all be starters over Pages because they're all having better seasons than him. Like, and it's not really that close. Um, I actually think, God, James Wood has 23 home runs. It's crazy. But yeah, I think Jordan Walker is the best of those three on the bench right now. So I think that's like you said, a little help from the old LA crowd.
Yeah, but that about rounds out your NL All-Stars and All-Star snubs. Any other shout outs you think we deserve on the NL side?
Um, the only other thing was pitchers. I think pitchers are always tough, right? One pitcher that's pretty dang good this year that didn't make it was Justin Robleski, which is funny because he's a Dodger.
Dodger. Yeah.
So it's funny to say a Dodger got snubbed, which they make up for in many other positions. And then the other pitcher that I'm very surprised about is Zach Wheeler. Um, Looking at you, Logan Webb and Paul Skeens. Again, Paul Skeens is all of a sudden a very household name. Not having a really good year. Just saying. I get he's Paul Skeens, but a 3.62, a 6 and 8, um, over a one whip for Paul Skeens. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy to think about. So yeah, I think Robleski and Wheeler are having better seasons um, than Paul Skeens and Logan Webb. Again, Logan Webb not having the best of seasons either.
Did you
So
know
we're just
The Pirates would have a winning record if it weren't for Paul Skeens games that he started in?
wow, that's crazy to think about. Yeah, he's
Not, I'm not
good.
saying that in no way is that his fault,
Nope,
but just a crazy stat.
it is
Crazy, crazy
crazy.
Pirates stat. Well, there you have it, the NL. Let's hop on over to the AL. And this time we can start with catcher. We don't need to skip ahead to second base, although I do like the pick at second base. But the starter, Shea Langeliers, the reserve, Dylan Dingler, Adley Rutschman. I would absolutely throw Dylan Dingler in there. I think Shea should be the starter. Adley
Hmm.
maybe got a bone thrown his way, but he's having a good season. Just like a good,
Yeah,
exactly what you would expect from the Orioles catcher season. So I think catcher they
absolutely.
kind of nailed it.
Yep.
And I think we don't need to spend too much time there.
Yeah,
So let's hop on
agree.
over to first base. And when it comes to first baseman in the AL, AL's been such a just strange league this whole year.
Yeah, very much so.
Um, I think the obvious pick you got right. Nick Kurtz
Yes.
sitting there at the starter. I want to say Andrew and I gave it to Ben Rice. Maybe threw in a little bit of Yankees bias in there, and Ben Rice did make it. He's just not
Yep.
starting.
That's fine.
So we had that one backwards, but there are your first basemen, and I think we pretty much got that down too. However, you could make a case for a guy who's been in the news a lot recently. Wilson Contreras
Yeah.
has just as many home runs as Rice and Kurtz do. He's one behind Kurtz and then five behind Rice. OPS very comparable, just a couple points behind in that regard, and has a better batting average than the both of them.
Yeah.
Do you think
Um, Go ahead.
if he wasn't such a feisty player, I guess, that maybe he would be an all-star? Maybe that's not the exact guy you're looking for in your
I
team?
was I was gonna say, we talked a little bit about popularity contests, and that's probably true, right? Like, even for like, I think the players vote in some of the reserves or all of the reserves. I don't know exactly how it works. Um, but if the players, if you're a guy who just faced Wilson Contreras and he's throwing his helmet at your pitcher, like you're probably not going to cast a vote for him. So I think he might have took himself out of the All-Star game because his stats are certainly good enough, but maybe not the feistiness. The players don't want to see that. Another guy who potentially could have been a first baseman was Jonathan Miranda, having a great season for the
Hmm.
Rays. Um, Probably not better than Nick Kurtz or Ben Rice, but another player who probably deserves a shout out here.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. Aranda, you can't you a lot of Rays are getting looked over, but this season they're
Hmm.
trying to make a name for themselves, and they have been.
Right.
We'll talk about them when we get to third base, but we're on to second base now. And Ernie Clement, and I think they got this one right. He's batting
Yeah.
293. He's having a solid season. You would love to see just what would have had if he was a power hitter in the postseason last year. He's not known for his power. He sent a curveball that almost bounced to the wall, and if it weren't for Andy Pajes making that crazy catch, could have been an entirely different World Series outcome. If he had a little bit more power, he's only hit 7 home runs this year. I mean, that ball could have been gone. But hey,
Yeah.
whatever. He's an all-star. And I agree with it. You know who's not an all-star? Jazz.
Yeah. Kind of
Andrew and I
crazy.
slotted Jazz in there for a backup, but it doesn't look like there were any backup second basemen.
Mm-mm. Bazana.
Oh, Bazana. Oh, how about
Hmm.
that?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. He was brought up mid-season, kind of a little bit of a Jacob Mizorowski type thing
Hmm.
going on there. But when it comes to Bazana's stats, he's only got about 100 at-bats less than Ernie Clement. He's put up a 249 batting average, but in those less at-bats that he's had, he's still put up the same amount of home runs. And I mean, he's putting together a decent season. 12 stolen bases, tied for the second most in the American League second base category, but not too many standouts in that category. Luke Keyshaw, maybe from Minnesota, could be
Yeah.
thrown in there, but his OPS isn't even hitting 700.
It's tough.
And then Chase Miedroth for the White Sox could have been thrown in there too, but
Yeah.
I think yeah, not too many standouts in the second base category.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Third base. Now we'll talk about the Rays and we'll talk about the hottest hitter in baseball right now, Junior Caminero. He's starting.
So
Of
good.
course he's starting. Is he going to play in
Deserved.
the home run derby? He better play in the home run derby
He might win it.
because that's all he does. He hits bombs.
He
He
does.
hits them to right, he hits them to center, he hits them to left, and he's hit 10 in 10 games. He did not hit one today, I believe.
He did
Sunday
not.
did not.
Nope.
But he's still leading all of third basemen in home runs with 26.
Crazy.
26. Andrew, your pick for a bust. I know you've come clean about it and said maybe it wasn't the best pick, but 26 home runs, who could have predicted that from Caminero? Well, I mean, we could have predicted that from Caminero. We
Yeah.
did.
It's
He
just what he
just didn't.
does.
Um, and then on the bench for third baseman, we got Miguel Vargas here.
Another interesting one.
And
Like,
I kind of agree with that.
yeah.
He's hit 20 home runs. Maybe you could throw Okamoto in there too if we're only looking at home runs, or maybe you could throw Josh Young in there if we're looking at batting average and OPS. But
Right.
Vargas has him in OPS, 50 points below him in average. But hey, the White Sox kind of needed an all-star, and he's their guy. If Murakami didn't get hurt, Murakami would absolutely be on that list.
Right.
But instead, it's Miguel Vargas. And
Yeah.
you know who we totally passed over? Oh no, we haven't done never mind. We didn't pass over anyone. We didn't pass over anyone.
I was gonna
Um
say.
I no, I was looking at on my MLB list here. I was looking at other players on third base and I was like, "Oh, look at all these but they're not all-stars. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter." So, I think that's about pretty good for third base. I don't think I would have done too much different in that regard. What do you think?
Nope. I was gonna say, yeah, Vargas, the average isn't quite there, but it's not bad, right? 247, could be a little higher, but he's got the power. White Sox, it's tough to get a representative with Murakami being hurt. You said maybe Mydroth, but again, he makes the most sense in that position. Kind of
Yeah.
crazy the White Sox have one All-Star and they have been one of the better teams in the AL.
I mean, it's crazy they don't have a pitching all-star.
They have multiple people that probably should be a pitching
It's
all-star.
crazy they don't have a pitching all-star. That's wild.
Agreed.
Yeah, Murakami, he would have been. Colson Montgomery deserves to have his name thrown in there for shortstop, which we'll hop on
Hmm.
over to. But the starting shortstop, I mean, come on, it's the guy you just saw. It's Bobby
My
Witt. It was
boy.
always Bobby Witt. It was never not going to be Bobby Witt. But in
Bobby Witt
the
is
reserves, yeah,
he's on my hit list right now because we did a little parlay, as you
parlay,
do when you
didn't
go
you?
to a game. It was he was the last leg, needed over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. He went 0 for 4. On his
Oof,
bobblehead night, 0 for 4.
oof.
Come on, Bobby. The team is bad. What can you say?
Bobblehead Witt Jr. Um, Bobby Witt, 290.
Yeah,
He's leading third base, sorry, shortstops in average. He's leading shortstops in OPS. He doesn't have nearly as many home runs as another player, I think, snubbed from the White Sox, Colson Montgomery,
mm,
with 23.
crazy.
Montgomery
So good.
Murakami parlay to hit 30 is looking good, is looking real good. And Murakami's been hurt.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
that's looking totally fine. Those three players, of course, McGonigal being the all-star backup, Witt, McGonigal, Montgomery, the only three with an OPS above 800. McGonigal only 7 home runs though, but 60 points higher batting average. So I think that's where the All-Star voting leaned toward in the shortstop category. They were like, batting average 60 points. Montgomery, of course, 224. McGonigal, 284. Montgomery, 112 strikeouts versus the
Oof,
52 of Kevin McGonigal as well. So,
it's crazy. McGonagall is so good.
yeah.
So
So
good.
there you go. There's the shortstop. Shout out Kevin McGonigal because he also is making his first appearance. There's a lot of first timers here.
Hmm.
Um, and then let's look at this outfield. The starting outfield is like if you were to tell me this were the starting outfield in like 2020, I would have been like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
But we're talking 2026, and it's Mike Trout, Byron Buxton, and Aaron Judge. Byron Buxton just got
crazy.
pulled today
Yeah.
after getting injured, so maybe we'll see a replacement there. I'm not against it. I'm not mad at it. We did mention
It's
Mike Trout, Andrew and I did in the AL episode. Byron Buxton, of course, makes sense, but Mike Trout, even though he's been a little bit hurt, he's second place in OPS right now amongst
yeah,
all outfielders, not just center fielders, all outfielders
yeah.
in the AL.
Is it crazy to say of those three, the least deserving is Aaron Judge?
Yeah,
Did Andrew pick the wrong AL slugger to be, I don't want to say bust, but he is not having a great season
I
for
mean,
Aaron Judge standards?
we determined, we've said in the past that injuries count as busts.
True, true. And before he got hurt, I mean, 908 OPS is pretty awesome, but his power numbers were pretty good. His average was down. Normally he's a career 300 average. He's hitting 248. So even before the injury, maybe he wasn't having the greatest season, but yeah, the injury is tough.
We'll see if he's back for the All-Star game. But the power is always going to be there for Judge. Like you mentioned, the average has been down. We have reserve backups, Randy Rosarena, Cody Bellinger, so another Yankee, and Riley Green. And I think I kind of agree with all of them, honestly.
Hmm.
Maybe you could say Tyler Soderstrom got snubbed a little bit, but other than that, they pretty much nailed it in outfielders. If Chase DeLauter maybe picked up the start of the season that he had and continued on with it, you could throw him in there. And then, of
Yeah,
course, our boy Julio Rodriguez, so rare legend, with 14 home runs. But 747 OPS for Julio, it's a little bit on the
yeah,
lower
great.
end from what you would expect. So definitely Buxton for sure. And I would say definitely Trout.
Yeah,
And then Aaron Judge, a strange one, but they got the backups right pretty much too. So I'm not too mad at the outfielder selection here. Shout out Cody Bellinger, still doing it.
yeah. I was to say, you could probably swap Randy with Judge maybe for starter.
Yeah,
We'll see who
for
actually
starter,
starts
sure.
if Judge can't go. But Shout out Riley Green too. I feel like he falls into the CJ Abrams category where just kind of underrated, but has been doing it since he was a rookie. Solid. Just a solid player.
Solid. Solid indeed. And I think again the DH is pretty much spoken for here. I mean, Jordan with an OPS of over 1,000.
Crazy.
This is what you would think Aaron Judge would be hitting. If he were healthy, you would look at these stats, 29 home runs, batting average 320, OPS 1066. Be like, "Yeah, that's Aaron Judge." Nah, man, that's a dude who only hits. He doesn't even play defense.
Right.
And he's doing exactly what he's in there for. Jordan at DH, and then Yandy as backup DH, and I agree with that. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's spot on. Josh Bell, maybe throw him in there. He just homered from both sides of the plate yesterday, which was pretty
That's
cool.
awesome. Yeah.
Not a very common thing to happen at all, but 160 points lower in OPS compared to Yandy. So, like,
Crazy.
it's Yandy, it's Alvarez. The DHs were pretty easy this year.
Yeah.
The DHs were pretty easy this year, and that rounds out your AL All-Stars. Of course, there's pitchers. We already mentioned some White Sox snubs, but
Yeah,
there's
I
also
think
some big names in
pitchers,
there.
I was saying, I think pitchers were the worst snubs. Sonny Gray, Davis Martin, and potentially Nick Martinez. But yeah, I think those are probably three of the bigger ones were the pitchers. But hey, it's pitchers, it's tough.
I'd throw
I
Jose
think
Soriano in there too, even though he's kind of
absolutely.
fallen off a little bit, but still a great start to the season.
Shout out Michael Waka. We watched him pitch yesterday.
Yeah,
He zooed a swinging bunt, threw it over the first baseman's head. That led to a run, but then calmed down, gave up, I think, 3 runs over 6 innings and had like 7 strikeouts. It's not a bad outing from him.
not bad, but it's wild to think that among starters and reserves combined, that the Royals have more All-Stars than the White Sox.
It is wild. It's probably wrong. It's probably
Just think
wrong.
about, just let that sit for a bit. So,
Yeah, it's probably wrong.
yeah. Um, well, there you have it. There's your all-stars, your reserves, your snubs, your starters, who deserves it, who didn't. Let us know. That being said, it's 8:30. We've been talking for a solid 40 minutes. Let's do this pickle. We haven't missed anything in Mexico, England. It's
I
0-0
know.
so far.
I heard a good Pickford save. That's all I've heard so far.
Ooh, Pickford save. Shout out Jordan Pickford. We talked
A lot
a
of players.
lot
A lot
of
of
players
players.
today. But maybe we should start with a snub instead of an all-star. Maybe we should give
Oh,
Davis Martin a bit of a shout.
I like Davis Martin.
A little lefty righty action. Ooh, not even
Righty from the
close.
US in
Righty
the NL
righty from the
East
US and the
or
NL
NL
East or
West.
West.
Should we try and guess
Righty
an only an
righty
all-star?
in the NL. It's just Alec Bohm.
It's just Alec Bohm. Home run hitter, Alec Bohm. Hit one forward 40 something.
Oh, he's 29 as well.
He's the NL East.
Not a Philly.
Okay.
Could it be an all-star?
It's not Baldwin. It's not Ozzy. It's not Olson. It's not a starting pitcher. Could be relief pitcher. Um,
Be a relief pitcher like
we
Mason
just
Miller is not in the. I don't think it could be a relief pitcher.
we just saw the Phillies play.
And it
Scroll
can't
up
be
and
a
down.
starter.
Um,
And it's in the AL East. It's not Schwarber. It's not Olson, who's a lefty. I
dude,
don't think it could be an all-star.
this this would be a crazy pull, but I'm pretty sure Tim Meza is in the Phillies bullpen because I saw him warming up yesterday.
Okay.
He's a lefty. Didn't
I
know
was gonna
that.
say I think he's a lefty.
Didn't have that in my book. I didn't have him being 34 either. That's crazy. I feel like that's wild.
I mean, a
34.
lot of Mets are trying to get guests right now, but
I don't, dude, I don't think it's a Philly
I don't think it's a Philly either.
because like their whole lineup is lefty except Trey Turner and Alec Bum, who we already guessed.
Oh, it could be Trey Turner.
He's too old though. Is he not?
He's like 32. He's probably right on
Oops.
there. 33
33,
is
it's too
probably
old.
he's a little too old. Okay, in that case, give us a national. Give us oh, he's probably too young. Nationals are too young. Like Joey Weimer, is he too young?
Yeah, he is it IE? Oh, oh, okay. It could be Joey Weaver. It's not the
It's not
Nationals.
Joey Weimer.
Okay.
If
Could
he
still be a
started off
relief.
the year like he, or if he continued the year like he started off, he could
Yeah.
have been an all-star, man.
Braves.
Braves reliever. Oh, that would be okay. From the USA. Or it's not just like Austin. No, he's not a third baseman.
Hmm.
Or maybe it is a Met.
Could be a Met.
I don't think it's a Marlin.
Could be a Met.
Trying to think of uh
It's not Devin Williams, is it?
oh, Devin Williams.
Let's get a relief pitcher out.
Yeah,
Okay, it's not
not
a
a
Met.
Met. Okay.
It's
Not a relief
31.
pitcher.
Okay.
31.
So it's
31 years old
Braves.
on the Marlins or the Braves.
Oh, the Marlins. Could be the
Not a relief
Marlins.
pitcher is huge though. Oh man.
Marlins. Marlins.
Marlins catcher. Oh, Liam Hicks.
Oh. All-Star snub Liam Hicks.
All-star snub. He's a
He's
lefty.
Canadian.
He's from
Sneaky
Canada. He's a
Canadian.
sneaky Canadian.
Sneaky Canadian. Did
Okay.
not have that in my book either.
Oh, man, in that case, thinking of other
Jacob
Marlins.
Marcy's too young, right?
Marcy's a lefty anyways.
Oh yeah. Is
Kyle
Otto
Stowers
Lopez
is a
American?
lefty. I don't think it's a Marlin. So it
Oh, it
has
could
to
be
be
a a
a
Brave?
Brave. But who are we missing on the Braves? Sean
Uh,
Murphy?
no, it's Sean
It's
Murphy.
Sean Murphy. Ah,
Wow.
okay.
Just thrown to the wayside, by the way. Was a pretty solid catcher and now is a backup.
Yeah,
Trade, maybe, potentially.
Yankees.
Yankees.
Yankees need a catcher.
Yankees need a catcher.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep saying it until it happens.
All right.
Even though I don't really want the Yankees to get a catcher because I don't want the Yankees to be good. So,
There you go.
all right. Well, there you have it. Let us know in the comments down below who you thought was the biggest All-Star snub from the 2026 All-Star game. Also, leave a rating wherever you're listening to the podcast. Go subscribe to the YouTube and check out the other socials as well. And as always, until next week, you just attended batting practice. Now you're ready to get in the game. Peace.
Peace.